Hey, welcome back to Alien Rest Mod. We're going to do something different today. We're going to do a Jeep video. Don't get mad, don't turn it off. But my daily driver is screwing up. So my gauge alarm was going off and saying check your gauges, check your gauges. The only thing that was going wrong was temperature from 210, it was popping up to 260. And I was on the freeway and I was like, oh crap. Don't break down now. But luckily I didn't overheat or anything. The fan kept coming on, but it just fluctuated. And it was just turning the fan on and off, and that's bad. So I went right over to AutoZone and I picked up a new thermostat. I'm pretty sure it's a thermostat. I picked up a, just sounded great, fail safe. Let me buy that. It's like 13 bucks at AutoZone, and then I got $1, it was $1.30 for the gasket. I got some RTV just to hold it on and stuff, and this is the new one. I got some to scrape off the old anything on there, and this little Scotch-Brite scrubber. This is a 1/2 inch screw. Here's the thermostat, by the way, housing. 1/2 inch screw right there, and down below there's a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to take off this hose. I don't think we're going to take this one off. I don't think we need to. I'll just work with it, and then put everything back on and we'll be good to go. So let's get started. I wanted to stick with the OEM specs. This thermostat, one of the reasons I picked this was it came up first on the screen when the guy pulled it up, but it opens up at 195 degrees, and that's what the recommended from Price or EM, whatever. That's what they're recommending to use. There's the old thermostat. Pull it out. Doesn't look, you know what, I don't think it's that old, but all right, that looks pretty clean. When you saw that all that water come out, I just blew in the hose. It's just to clear out that excess water so you can get a dry, because otherwise the water's just going to sit there and it's not going to, you just need a dry surface. It's best to do a dry surface. Anyways. All right, we got everything cleaned up. So the engine surface and the thermostat housing is all cleaned up. I cleaned up around the tubes. There's something to think about, since the thermostat didn't show any indication of that it was not working, other than, you know, the temperature gauge moving. If I put it on, if it's not working, it's got to be the sensor. So that'll be the next one. But hopefully it's just the thermostat. A little groove right here, thermostat sits right into that. So this gasket has a, you peel off the back and you stick it to the housing. It fits like that. Now the gasket that I put on, it was sticky on the other side, but it wasn't sticking, so I put a little bit of RTV just to hold it in place while I put it on. Just to let you know, the thermostat that I put in there, when it fits in that little slot, it does come out. So I actually put a little RTV on the back just to stick it in and hold it in while I put the housing on. Just a little help. I don't know why I have this here, but anyways. All right, we just got done putting the fluid in. Anytime, just a note, anytime you guys take a thermostat off or you drain any fluid out here, and when you're trying to put fluid back in, you're going to get air bubbles. For what I did, I had some air bubbles, and then to alleviate that, before I started this, I had this all open, and I just squeezed the hose until it didn't, no air bubbles were coming up. And then I started it, the fluid went down, and then I filled it up, and then I put the lid on, or the cap, and it worked out. But I didn't show you guys. I went ahead and changed out the, because after I put the thermostat on there, it was still screwing up. So I changed out the sensor, and it's still screwing up. And I was like, this is not making sense, and it's frustrating. And I looked online, and a couple guys said there's 2 sensors, but for 97 and older, or 97 through 01, I'm pretty sure there's only 1 sensor right here. 96 and earlier, there's 2 sensors, one in the back, which talks to your gauge, and then this one. But there's only 1 sensor on the 97 XJ. So I was like, what is the issue? I can't figure it out. It was very frustrating. But I went over to the fuse box, and I went ahead and tested all the fuses and the relays. And as I was going through and I was touching these relays to make sure they were, seated, this one was loose. And I was like, what the heck? And I pulled up on the cap, and it just came right off. I don't know what broke in here, but it was bad. So all I did, switched it out, and the gauges work fine now. And that was the cooling fan relay. So in the long run, I went the long route to figure it out, but it got done. So I got a new relay, a new sensor, and a new thermostat. So it is what it is. But it fixed the problem, and that's what I needed to do. So thanks for watching, and go ahead and leave a comment. And if you got a better way to break off the system, get all the air bubbles out, let me know, and I'll pass it along. I'll see you next time at Alien Rest Mod. We should be working on the Camaro.